Do you find yourself making that dreaded nighttime journey to the bathroom, not just once, but 2, 3, maybe even more times a night? It's a common experience, isn't it? That groggy stumble in the dark, the constant interruption of a good night's sleep, and then waking up feeling even more tired than when you went to bed. Sometimes even a little irritable because you just couldn't get that solid stretch of rest. It can truly steal your joy, your energy, and even your ability to focus during the day, making everything feel like an uphill battle. You might think it's just an inevitable part of getting a little older, something you simply have to put up with. But what if I told you there's a much better way? What if there were some incredibly simple, yet often overlooked, habits you could adopt that would allow you to sleep through the night, or at least significantly reduce those disruptive trips to the toilet? Imagine waking up naturally, feeling refreshed and ready to embrace the day, without that nagging exhaustion from interrupted sleep. It's not just a dream. It's entirely possible. In this video, we're going to gently explore 6 powerful habits, some of which might even surprise you, that can help you reclaim your nights and transform your mornings. These aren't complicated medical procedures or expensive remedies. They're practical, everyday adjustments you can start making right away. Stick with me until the very end, because I'll share something that truly illustrates the profound impact these small changes can have on your overall well-being. And it might just surprise you just how much better you'll feel. So, let's dive right into the first habit that can make a profound difference in your nighttime routine. And it's all about how and when you hydrate during the day. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Oh, I just need to drink less. And while that's partly true, the real secret isn't about drinking less water overall. It's about being strategic with your fluid intake. Your body absolutely needs water to function well, to keep your joints happy, your mind clear, and your digestion humming along. Cutting back too much during the day can actually be detrimental. The key here is to front-load your hydration. What does that mean? It means enjoying most of your water and other fluids during the earlier parts of the day, particularly in the morning and early afternoon. Think of it like this. Your body has all day to process those fluids, and for your kidneys to do their important work of filtering and producing urine. By the time evening rolls around, you want to give your bladder a bit of a break. So, instead of sipping water continuously right up until bedtime, try to have your last substantial drink, say, a glass of water, about 2 to 3 hours before you plan to go to sleep. For example, if you aim to be in bed by 9 or 10 p.m., try to finish your main hydration efforts by 7 p.m. at the latest. This gives your body ample time to process the fluids you've consumed and for your bladder to empty before you even slip under the covers. If you find yourself thirsty right before bed, a tiny sip of water to wet your mouth is usually fine. But avoid guzzling a large glass. Think about it like winding down your digestive system before bed. You want to do the same for your urinary system. Many people find that just this one adjustment, shifting their fluid timing, can drastically reduce their nighttime bathroom trips. It's simple, it's free, and it respects your body's natural rhythms. Give it a try for a week and see what a difference it makes. You might be pleasantly surprised by how much more soundly you sleep. Now that we've talked about the timing of your sips, let's consider the actual content of those sips, especially as evening approaches. This brings us to our second crucial habit, being mindful of certain evening drink choices. This might seem obvious to some, but it's often overlooked because these drinks are so commonplace in our daily lives, particularly as we relax in the evening. I'm talking about caffeine and alcohol. Both of these substances, while perfectly enjoyable in moderation at other times of the day, are what we call diuretics. In simple terms, they encourage your kidneys to produce more urine, and faster. Think about that evening cup of coffee or even a seemingly innocent glass of wine or beer with dinner. While they might feel like a relaxing end to your day, they're actually putting your urinary system into overdrive just as you're trying to wind down for sleep. That last espresso after dinner, or that nightcap, could be the very reason your bladder is shouting for attention at 2 a.m. Caffeine, found not just in coffee, but also in many teas, soft drinks, and even chocolate. Can stay in your system for hours. The same goes for alcohol. Your body has to work hard to process it. And part of that process involves increased urine production. So, the simple, actionable step here is to cut off caffeine and alcohol several hours before bedtime. For most people, that means no coffee, caffeinated tea, or fizzy drinks after, say, 4 or 5 p.m. And for alcohol, it's best to avoid it entirely in the evenings if nighttime urination is a significant problem for you, or at least limit it to one very early drink, certainly not close to bedtime. Instead, opt for plain water, a calming herbal tea like chamomile, or even just a warm glass of milk if that's something you enjoy. Making this switch can significantly reduce the volume of urine your body produces overnight, giving your bladder the peace it needs to let you sleep soundly. It might take a little getting used to, especially if these drinks are part of your evening ritual, but the payoff in terms of uninterrupted sleep is truly worth it. These two fluid-related habits, strategic timing and smart choices, work powerfully together to set you up for a much more peaceful night. Now that we've discussed what and when you drink, let's move on to something that might seem a little less obvious, but can make a huge difference, especially for those who notice swelling in their legs or ankles by the end of the day. This is our third habit, and it's all about managing fluid retention during the day, specifically through leg elevation and the potential use of compression socks. Many of us, as we get older, experience a natural tendency for fluid to accumulate in our lower extremities over the course of the day. This is often due to gravity, spending a lot of time on our feet, or even just sitting for extended periods. You might notice your socks leaving indentations on your ankles, or your shoes feeling a little tighter in the evening. This accumulated fluid, sometimes referred to as peripheral edema, is often relatively harmless, but it becomes a major contributor to nighttime urination. Here's why: when you lie down to sleep, gravity is no longer pulling that fluid downwards into your legs. Instead, that extra fluid that has been pooling in your lower body begins to redistribute throughout your system. Your kidneys, being the diligent filters they are, then pick up on this increased fluid volume in your bloodstream and dutifully work to process it and produce urine. And what happens when your kidneys are working overtime to process all that redistributed fluid? You wake up needing to go to the bathroom. The solution is remarkably simple. Give your legs a rest and a lift before bedtime. Try to elevate your legs for an hour or two in the evening. You can do this by lying on your couch with your feet propped up on a stack of pillows, or even lying on the floor with your legs resting against a wall. The idea is to get your feet and lower legs above the level of your heart, allowing gravity to assist in drawing that fluid back into your circulation and letting your kidneys process it. Before you go to bed, this means more of that fluid gets turned into urine and eliminated while you're still awake, rather than disrupting your precious sleep. For some people, especially if leg swelling is a persistent issue, wearing compression socks during the day can also be incredibly helpful. These socks apply gentle pressure to your legs, helping to prevent fluid from pooling in the first place. Of course, always have a chat with your doctor before starting with compression socks, just to make sure they're the right fit for you. But for many, simply elevating the legs in the evening can be a game changer for nighttime urination. Moving on from managing external fluid dynamics, let's talk about how certain elements within your diet can influence your body's fluid balance from the inside. This brings us to our fourth habit: incorporating more potassium-rich foods into your daily meals. Now, you might associate potassium mainly with bananas. And while they are a great source, there's a whole world of delicious foods packed with this essential mineral. Potassium plays a crucial role in maintaining the fluid and electrolyte balance in your body. It works in partnership with sodium, and the balance between these two is key to how your kidneys manage water. When your potassium levels are adequate, it helps your body flush out excess sodium, which, in turn, reduces water retention throughout the day. If your body is holding on to too much water because of a sodium-potassium imbalance, that excess fluid can, as we just discussed, redistribute when you lie down and contribute to those nighttime bathroom trips. So, what are some wonderful, easy-to-add potassium powerhouses beyond bananas? Think about avocados. They're fantastic in salads or on toast. Spinach and other leafy greens are packed with potassium and can be added to smoothies, stir fries, or just enjoyed as a side dish. Sweet potatoes are another excellent source, a lovely alternative to regular potatoes. Oranges and other citrus fruits, although they have some fluid, also offer a good dose of potassium. Even plain yogurt, certain types of beans, and salmon can contribute to your potassium intake. The beauty of this habit is that you're not just helping your bladder, you're also nourishing your body with vital nutrients that support overall heart health, muscle function, and nerve signals. It's a win-win. Making a conscious effort to include a few servings of these potassium-rich foods throughout your day can gently encourage your body to maintain a healthier fluid balance, reducing the likelihood of fluid pooling and then rushing to your bladder at night. It's a subtle shift that can have a significant cumulative effect on reducing those unwelcome nocturnal awakenings. Next, we'll dive into something incredibly personal, yet profoundly impactful. For your bladder control and confidence. Next, we'll dive into something incredibly personal, yet profoundly impactful. For your bladder control and confidence, the practice of gentle pelvic floor exercises. Now, for some, this might bring to mind complex routines or even be a topic that feels a bit awkward to discuss. But I assure you, it's neither. Your pelvic floor muscles are like a hammock of muscles that support your bladder, bowel, and uterus in women, and they play a vital role in controlling when you urinate. Just like any other muscle in your body, they can weaken over time due to various factors like age, childbirth, or even chronic coughing. When these muscles aren't as strong as they could be, your bladder might not be held as securely, and you might find it harder to hold it when the urge strikes, especially when you're lying down at night. The good news is, these muscles can be strengthened, and it doesn't involve heavy lifting or going to the gym. We're talking about simple, discrete exercises often called Kegels. The key is to do them correctly and consistently. Imagine you're trying to stop the flow of urine midstream, or trying to prevent passing gas. That's the feeling you're looking for. A gentle squeeze and lift sensation in your pelvic area, not in your tummy or your glutes. The trick is to isolate these muscles. Once you've identified them, try to gently squeeze and hold for a count of 3 or 4 seconds. Then relax completely for the same amount of time. It's crucial to relax fully between each squeeze, as this allows the muscles to recover and become stronger. You can do these while sitting, standing, or lying down, which means you can easily incorporate them into your daily routine, perhaps while watching television, waiting for a cup of tea to brew, or even just before you drift off to sleep. Aim for about 10 to 15 repetitions, 3 times a day. Consistency is far more important than intensity here. Overdoing it can actually tire the muscles out. Think of it as gently toning those internal supports for your bladder. Strengthening your pelvic floor muscles can improve your ability to hold urine for longer periods, reducing that urgent sensation that sends you rushing to the bathroom, both during the day and, crucially, in the quiet hours of the night. It's empowering to know you have some control over this vital function, and the confidence it brings can truly improve your quality of life. Finally, let's talk about a topic that isn't often directly linked to nighttime urination but has a surprisingly significant impact addressing constipation. This is our 6th and final habit, and it's one that touches upon overall digestive health. It might seem odd at first glance. What does your bowel health have to do with your bladder? Well, imagine your bladder and your colon, the last part of your large intestine, as close neighbors in your lower abdomen. They are situated very close to each other. When your colon is full, particularly when you're constipated, it becomes distended and can exert pressure on your bladder. This pressure can make your bladder feel fuller than it actually is, leading to a more frequent and urgent need to urinate. It can also irritate the bladder, making it more sensitive and prone to sending those time-to-go signals even when it's not truly necessary. So, ensuring you have regular, comfortable bowel movements is not just good for your digestive system, it's also a gentle gift to your bladder. How do you achieve this? The pillars of good bowel health are quite simple and often overlap with good health habits in general. First, fiber is your friend. Incorporate plenty of fiber-rich foods into your diet. Think whole grains like oats and brown rice. A variety of fruits like berries, apples, and prunes. And a generous amount of vegetables such as broccoli, carrots, and leafy greens. These foods add bulk to your stool, making it softer and easier to pass. Second, adequate fluid intake, as we discussed earlier, is crucial for keeping things moving smoothly through your digestive tract. Water helps soften the fiber and prevents stool from becoming hard and difficult to pass. And third, regular physical activity, even just gentle walking, encourages intestinal movement and can help prevent constipation. If you're struggling with chronic constipation, it's always wise to chat with your doctor, as they can help rule out any underlying issues and suggest specific strategies. But for many, simply focusing on a fiber-rich diet, staying well hydrated throughout the day, and incorporating gentle movement can make a world of difference. When your digestive system is happy and flowing smoothly, your bladder has the space and peace it needs to do its job, rather than being constantly irritated by a nearby overfull colon. It's a holistic approach that truly underscores how interconnected our bodily systems are, and how supporting one can bring relief to another. So, we've covered quite a bit, haven't we? From strategically timing your sips and choosing your evening drinks wisely to giving your legs a soothing rest and adding some potassium-rich goodness to your plate, right through to strengthening those vital pelvic floor muscles and ensuring your digestive system is happy and flowing smoothly. Each of these 6 habits, when taken individually, might seem small, almost insignificant. But when you begin to combine them, when you weave them into the fabric of your daily routine, their cumulative effect can be truly profound. Remember, the goal isn't perfection overnight. It's about making consistent, gentle adjustments that work for your body and your lifestyle. Start with 1 or 2 habits that resonate most with you. Perhaps the fluid timing and avoiding evening caffeine. Once those feel natural, gradually introduce another. It's about building a better rhythm for your body, one step at a time. This isn't just about stopping those frustrating nighttime trips. It's about reclaiming your sleep, which, as you know, is the foundation for everything else in your day. Better sleep means more energy, a brighter mood, sharper focus, and a greater capacity to enjoy all the wonderful moments life has to offer. Imagine waking up feeling truly rested, not just sometimes, but most days. That feeling of waking up refreshed, ready to tackle your day with enthusiasm, rather than dreading another stumble to the bathroom in the dark, is the surprising and wonderful outcome of these simple changes. It's not just about bladder health. It's about transforming your entire outlook and energy levels. We'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these habits? Do you have your own tips for a peaceful night's sleep? Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights could be incredibly helpful to someone else on this journey. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more people who could benefit from this information. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more practical advice and inspiring content designed to help you live your best life at every age. Thank you for joining me today. Here's to many nights of undisturbed, restorative sleep and waking up, feeling absolutely wonderful. Live your best life at every age.